Okay. So I know there's a ton of new people, and I know not everybody could be on, this morning, but I want to just kind of do a getting started call and kind of give everybody a few steps of like what to do when you join. We had 48 people join in October, which is crazy. And I don't even know how many in September. And it was only 2 weeks that we were in September. So we've had a ton of people join over the last month and a half. And the way that, if you're coming from Plexus, I'll just say it because we're all friends here. If you're coming from Plexus, you can totally relate to a lot of these things. If you're not pre-Plexus people, then this won't kind of relate, might not relate to you, but the majority of y'all are from Plexus. So Pruvit does things polar opposite of what Plexus does, which is so awesome and so wonderful, but it's different. So for me, I was programmed for 4 years to do things a certain way. So just by nature, that is my go-to. Like I'm very used to the certain structure that they had, the training techniques that they had, the know-all, the everything, the whole typical network marketing cheesy stuff. That's what I was programmed to do and like think that is the right way. And that's not necessarily true. So what I'm learning is less is more. So much more. And once you kind of let that go and are willing to be coachable in a different way, man, things really start to fly. Because I can tell you from experience that my first about week or so before I even joined, I was going back and forth and asking a bazillion questions, and it was stressing me out. Like I wanted to know so much, and like I needed every detail of exactly how it would get to legend. And, it was just like, I thought I needed to know all of that stuff. And that's great to know. We do need to know the compensation plan. We do need to be well-versed on ketones and ketosis, but we don't have to know it all to earn money. So that was my thing. I said, okay, I need to know what's the fastest way to earn the most money. Period. That's what I needed to do. When I came in, I needed to replace a 4-year career. So I needed to replace an Emerald salary very quickly because I was the only one working. So they kept telling me what to do. They said, this is what you need to do. And I said, okay, well, so what does that pay? Like if I do that, how do I make that money? And what's that bonus? And okay, if I have this many days, and I was asking for details, like little details that in the big scheme of things didn't matter. And they kept trying to tell me that. And so finally, when I joined the first few days, they said, look, we get it. Casey came from where I came from, so she could totally relate. But she said, look, we can go round and round with you for the next week, and we can break down this 27-page compensation plan, and we can tell you word for word what it says, or you can go do exactly what we tell you to do and make money. And I said, okay, I'm going to do what you tell me to do, and I'm going to go make money. And so that is the only reason I can tell you right now, that is the only reason why we are a Champion 16, is because I took their advice and I ran with it. I let what I thought I needed to do, I put my own thinking aside, and I said, I'm just going to trust this process, and I'm going to trust them because they've done it, and I'm going to go do what they say. And that's why at 46 days in, I ranked to Champ 6. So I get it, totally get it. We're used to doing things completely and totally different, but this is so new and so refreshing. And how fun is it to kind of retrain ourselves and retrain our brain to start a whole new journey. So first and foremost, I want to say that if you're programmed Plexus, you gotta get that out. You have to say goodbye to the past and hello to the future, because clearly they are so very, very vastly different. When you embark on this journey, it's so not network marketing. So if you have any experience in network marketing, honestly, I would throw it out the window, because this isn't network marketing. It's just not. I have had 4 years of network marketing experience, and I can tell you this is not network marketing as you know it. This is community and educational marketing. This is about a conversation that has been going on for decades. This is about ketones and what they do for the body. It's about humanizing or human optimization. It's about getting your body to work and program exactly how it was born to do. So it's not just about selling your product and making money. This is a whole journey and a whole conversation that's in the medical field. It's in the science field. It's in the fitness industry. It's huge. So knowing that, I can tell you that it's going to change who you bring into your organization. This is not your typical network marketing where you're going to recruit everyone. It's just not. This is not going to be for everyone. People, your typical people that have loved network marketing and done super awesome, they may look at this and say, nope, that's not for me. Somebody who failed at network marketing, someone who is a people person and has passion and has the personality and never was successful at network marketing, they are the ones that are going to come in here and completely rock it all the way to the top. That's what makes this so different. So if you can kind of get that, in your mindset, and when you're looking to build your team and when you're looking to share this opportunity in this product, it's not about network marketing. It's about a whole conversation. It's about disrupting the marketplace with something that no one else has, and that is the first in the industry. So you have to go into it with that mindset. So what we have is so different and so awesome that we market it completely different than most network marketing companies. There is no selling in Prove It. There's just not. It's not something that we do. We don't have to, and that is the most amazing thing. We don't have to go sell a product. We don't have to go sell an opportunity. Before, it was all about selling an opportunity. I wanted to go out and sell an opportunity so people jumped on board my team and I got to make a lot of money. It wasn't about a product. It was about an opportunity. We were selling hope and futures for other people, hoping that they would join and run with the business. Here, it's the opposite. We hope that you try and experience ketones and ketosis and it rocks your world and you love the product and you want to get the product out. So it's not about the opportunity here. It's about the product. And because it's about the product, this compensation plan matches beautifully, because this compensation plan is volume based. It's not about go recruit your mother, your cousin, your brother, and all your neighbors and your church people. It's about getting all your mother, your brother, your neighbors, and your church people on this product and experiencing ketones. So get that kind of mindset and know that it's not add people. It's about selling this product. It's about getting this product into people's hands so they can experience ketones and get involved in this conversation. So when you join and Prove It, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for people who are going to jump on this whole community, jump on this whole conversation, and be passionate about it and love this product. Because if they don't, they won't share the product and they won't make any money. Does that make sense? So they can go add everybody that they know, and if none of them get it and are in love with the product, then they won't be successful. Here, you have to love the product and you have to be passionate and share their product with others because you want them to experience ketones. So that's what you're looking for. Does that make sense with everybody? Okay. So when you're talking about this with the people, I think a lot of you, like most of the things that I'm hearing is, how do I talk about the experience facts? Or how do I talk about the money factor? How do I, when people say it's so expensive, or, man, $850, that's the first thing that y'all are saying. For me, I absolutely think it's brilliant that we all pay the same for product. For me, that sets a company apart. When I look at a company and they discount a product for joining, that makes me feel like they're selling me. Like they're not valuing their product. They're just wanting me to join a company. They just want me to join so I can benefit them somehow, and then I'll get a discount on the product. So it's not about the product. So when you have a company like Prove It that says, no, we value our product is the bomb, and everybody's going to pay the same price for it because it's that good. That stands apart for me. So that makes me say, okay, this isn't about network marketing. They're not trying to get me in the company so I can get the product for cheaper. So I think that's a draw for me. And before I even joined, I was like, man, that's awesome. I love that. So number one, I think that's a huge pitch for people, that we all pay the same for product, and it values instead of devalues what we have. And I think that per supplementation, it's really the same as anything else. If you go and look at Herbalife and Plexus and Advocare and all those other things, which are polar opposite of what we have, that's nothing like we have, there's the same monthly price. So you're paying the same monthly price for your everyday vitamins and supplementations that everybody else has. and you could have something that's one product that is totally different and unique, and you're going to pay the same or maybe even a little less. So for me, monthly price is, I think it's really comparable. I don't think it's expensive at all. I'm actually spending way less on my groceries because I'm not buying 10 packs of Little Debbie's and chips and, bagel bites and all this other garbage. So honestly, my grocery bill has been cut nearly in half. So I think I'm saving money by using ketones. My husband's not stopping to get these big, nasty, like sausage things in the morning from the gas station. That's so gross. He's not going to the 7-Eleven and buying $4 monsters twice a day. So, that's a lot of money that you're saving. So really, I think the price is just the price. And we discussed this before. There's no price tag on feeling incredible. What's it worth to you to feel amazing, to burn your body fat, to feel energy, and to, feel incredible and have the ability to fuel your body with a super fuel. So price is price. The compensation plan and the experience packs, I think in person or verbal, like on a Zoom or on a phone call, is the way to go. When you try to explain the experience pack in writing over a message, it's difficult. So if you can't get someone on the phone or in person, use the voice text app on your Facebook. So use the little microphone and speak to them. So when you're speaking to them, you can kind of pose it and share with them that it's the best way to come into the company. It's the best way because several different reasons. It's the best way because it's attached to bonuses and incentives. So if someone's looking to make money, they're saying, hey, I want to make money with this. I want to, run with this. So how do I run with this? How do I be successful? Well, we're going to say, this is how you are successful. You get in with the experience pack because you're getting paid as a rank 5 for a year. You're getting double direct. You're getting 40% of your commissions for 30 days. That's a lot of money on the table. It's an extra $2,200 on the table your first 30 days for coming in with the experience pack. So when people hear that, that's like, okay, tell me more. So what else is it? So they're going to break it down to them. Yes, it's $849. However, you're going to sell those 195 samples in 5 and 10-day experiences, $50 and $25. So you're going to flip that package and make $975. They've made their money back and put $125 in their pocket. And with our experience, so from Casey down, everyone who's bought an experience pack thus far on this team has sold it within 24 hours, 48 hours. Everyone. There's not anyone on this team that has not emptied their experience pack pretty much basically immediately before it's even delivered. So those experience packs are going like hotcakes. They're flying out the door. People want to experience this, and they'll put out $25. They'll put out $50 because it's something reasonable for them so they can make sure they like the product, right? It's genius. Like when I saw these experience packs, I was like, oh my God, like who doesn't want to experience something before they buy it? Like pretty much everyone. If I could, anything, even stuff I see on TV, or like, man, I wish I could try that for a couple of days, or I wish I had that for a few days to see if I really wanted to jump in and spend $150. We have that ability. So it's really the way to launch your business. So from a business standpoint, it's genius. You spend the $850, you're going to get back $975, and you're going to have so many incentives and bonuses to be able to maximize your compensation plan and make the most money. Now, I have heard several of you say, I have so-and-so, and she would be so awesome at this, and there's just no way she can come in at $849. And let me tell you something. I get it, okay? I understand that some people, they don't have credit cards. They don't have friends or family they can borrow the money from, and they simply are living paycheck to paycheck. I know how that is. I did not have $1,300 to buy the Max Pack. I didn't, even as an Emerald for 4 years. We were broke as a joke. I didn't have the money. I found a way though. And when there's a will, there's a way. So some people will find a way. Some people can't find that way. So you need to tell those people and feel this wholeheartedly and say, you know what? I get it. And you get in where you fit in. If they cannot do the experience pack, they can still be successful. They can still make money. It's not the end all if they cannot buy the experience pack, okay? It isn't. Is it the best way to go in? Is it the way to launch your business? Yes. Is it a fantastic way to get product in your hands and have it to be able to sell? Yes. But at the end of the day, if you can't, you can't. So don't not have someone join your team because they can't spend $849. You get them in where they fit in. So you say, hey, can you buy the family pack? It's $408. They no, I can't do it. Then they buy a month supply, they get in and they figure it out. Stacy Stark is Casey's level 1, and she did not buy an experience pack. She just simply couldn't. She was from Plexus too. She was, did not have the money. She couldn't. She wanted to, but she couldn't. So she joined on a month, and she ranked to Champ 6 her second month in with no experience pack. So it can be done. I've seen it. I've watched Stacy Stark. I've watched other people do it. So it can be done. So I just want to say, we want to encourage people clearly to buy the experience pack because it is the best way. It's the best way because you have product and because you have the incentives, but it's not the only way. So make sure if someone can't do it, then you get them in where they fit in. Okay. Just don't want to discount people because they can't join with the experience pack. Once they have their experience pack, there's a lot of talk about the go button. There's a lot of confusion about the go challenge. When I got in, all 3 of my uplines, Michael, Natalie, and Casey, said, push the go button. You buy the experience pack, you push the go button, period. That's what they train, so that's what I'm training. When you join, if you have someone join, then they buy the experience pack, push the go button. I don't care if it's a weekend or a Friday or a Monday, just push the go button because that starts your business and that is going to ensure that you get that volume. Yes, technically you have 48 hours. You have 48 hours from time of purchase to push the go button so that volume credit counts. If you forget, if you get busy, if you get sidetracked and you forget, guess what? You don't get that volume counted. So you don't want to miss out. That's $600 in volume. So you want that volume. So I would train, because I was trained this way, to if they purchase anything, even if they don't purchase the experience pack, if they purchase a 60-day or a 30-day, push the go button. So don't join until you're ready to go, period. There's zero benefit to you or to them for being a promoter unless they're ready to launch their business. There's no reason for someone to join as a promoter, sit for 2 weeks, buy the experience pack, and push go. There just isn't. So I would not duplicate that. I would not train that way. If someone is becoming a promoter, then they get in and they go. The pace here, the pace at Prove It and the pace of our team is uber, super duper fast. So you get in and you push and you fly through the ranks. That's just how we're doing it. That's how we're keeping it to do it. We're going to continue that pace. So we keep that momentum. So we're going to duplicate that. So when people say, okay, well, I'll just join now and then maybe, in a week or 2, I'll buy the experience pack. So you say, no, what you should do? You should totally be a customer for the next month or 2 while you save your experience pack, and then we can upgrade you for free when you're ready to buy the experience pack. Okay, so I would just encourage people, do not join until you're ready to purchase the experience pack and push go, or you're ready to join with wherever you fit in, and then push that push that go button and get busy on your business. It's just the best way, so that's how we're training. Once you push the go button, it starts your timers. So 2 weeks, your first 2 weeks, your first goal for all of your new people is go pro. Everyone you bring into this organization, no matter how they come in, their first goal is go pro. Go pro is $200 in volume for customer, $600 in promoter volume. You can get that however you can get that. There's a lot of confusion with that. You can look at it as this. It's 2 customers that purchase the 30-day, because that's $100 in volume each. If someone purchases the max pack, it's 80 volume. So that's not 100. So you'd have to get another customer to cover that last 20. Does that make sense? Everybody shake your head? Yes? Okay. So it's 200 volume for customers. So that's 2 customers that purchase the 30-day, and that's 1 promoter with an experience pack, because experience packs are $600 in volume. If you can't get someone with an experience pack, let's say you get 2 promoters with a family pack, that is still $600 in volume. You can get 6 people that join with a 30-day, that's $600 in volume. So however you can get your 600 in promoter volume is how you get it. Easiest way, clearly, would be 1 promoter with an experience pack and 2 customers that order a 30-day. That is GoPro. That is a $250 bonus. So we want to get our people as fast, as quickly as possible to GoPro, because that's a big chunk of change in their pocket. So that's the first goal. That is the very first goal for everybody that jumps in the organization. The second goal is to repeat that, to do that exact same thing over, and you have 30 days to do that. So if you can get 2 more customers, 200 in volume, and 1 more promoter with 600 in volume, promoter volume, then you hit MVP, and that's $500. A lot of money. And you can do that. I mean, Amanda, I think you went GoPro your first day and like MVP your second or third day. It was crazy. Like, I mean, and that she's not the only one. Kathy, I think Kathy was MVP in her first 2 or 3 days. Jennifer, same thing. I mean, we're setting the pace here super quickly. So it's easy to get in, get 2 customers, get a promoter, boom, you're GoPro. Get 2 more customers, get 1 more promoter, boom, you're MVP. Okay. Next bonus is $1,000, and that's for All-Star. So I'm just about to hit All-Star. All-Star is having 5 of your level 1, so personal people that you join your team, hit MVP. So every time you get a promoter that comes in, you want to get them to MVP, because as soon as you have 5, you're All-Star, and that's $1,000. That's a lot of money. That's on top of your commissions and your sales and all that other jazz. That's just strictly a bonus. So really, when people say, well, what do I do? How do I work this business? You go pro, you go MVP, and then you go All-Star. That's it. You continue to duplicate that over and over and over. That's as simple as it gets. There's no other thing that you have to do. There's no crazy training. There's no crazy steps. All the while you're doing that, you're building your volume. So every time someone makes a sale in your organization, you're building your volume. Every time someone joins as a promoter, you're building your volume. So this compensation plan based on volume. So it's all about the product. We love the product. We share the product. We want everyone to experience keto. You can get all the way to the tippy top of this company with 2 people if you wanted. It's not about just adding people. It's about adding people who are interested in this conversation and that love this product, so they will go out and share it with other people. So another thing, a lot of people are like, if I don't buy the experience pack, do I not get the bonuses? No, you get MVP, All-Star, and GoPro are for everyone, regardless if you buy an experience pack or not. Those are bonuses for everyone. So everyone who gets to GoPro gets $250. Everyone who gets to MVP gets $500. Everyone who gets to All-Star gets $1,000. If you happen to be out of your 14 days and you don't hit your GoPro, it's okay. You can still hit MVP. You don't miss out on MVP just because you don't hit All-Star or don't hit GoPro. Same thing with MVP and All-Star. If you don't hit one, you can still hit the next. So so far, I think almost everyone, there's maybe 2 people that I know in this whole team who have not hit GoPro, and they're not actively working their business. So everyone is hitting GoPro. Everyone is hitting MVP. This is totally doable. So that's the instructions to all new people. We're going to get you to GoPro. We're going to get you to MVP. When you get started, Jared Maidenberg and Nick Martinez are uplines. So Natalie is Casey's upline, and Nick is Natalie's upline. And then I think Jared is Nick's upline. I'm not exactly sure how it goes. But they have a website, and I did post it in our team page. And that is I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet, but it's super uber awesome. And it has literally every video. It breaks down every section of the cloud, pretty much anything that your new people would need to know. It gets them through, it talks about the experience package and the experiences, how to break it down to the 5 for 25. I mean, it goes over a lot of stuff. So check the pinned post in our team page because the link is there. It is betterstarthere.com. So if you guys forget, it's on the pinned post. Go, if you have not checked that out, please do. Take an hour and sit down and go through those videos. Download the downloads that are on there. Everybody on those videos, there's a couple other guys that are, I think it's Mikey V. He's direct to the company. He's like Michael. So he's like right under Michael. So those are top guys in the company. So they know their stuff. And they shared that with us. So that's a great way to get started. And that's a great thing to share with your new people. So as soon as you get someone in, and that's why I pin the post, that way everybody can see that. Make sure that you're adding all your new people to the Biohackers page. That way we can kind of keep track of everyone. It's harder here because they don't do a whole lot of that. Everybody's kind of like, you get in, you start doing 3-ways, you start doing this and this, and you kind of just rock it out and you start growing. So it's hard to keep track of everybody, but I don't want anyone to like fall through the cracks and like be lost or not know what to do. So make sure you add everybody to the Biohackers page. Make sure everybody friend requests me. I sometimes don't see it. So later on, if I come in, if you just tell your people to automatically friend request me, then I'll accept it. So if I have to kind of scroll through and add every single new person, it's time consuming and I'll forget. But if you just tell them, hey, find Kelly and friend request her, it's easier. The Pulse app. The Prove It Pulse app is brand new. So please bear with us because it's something that is going to be awesome. And it is awesome now. It's very useful now, but it's going to be amazing. They're working on it. I know they've just downloaded a new version for Android. They're working on the one for the iPhone. So right now, I know a lot of you are not getting updates like you should. You're having to log in and log out. I know Heather is one of those people that hers is not working at all for some reason. So we're having to troubleshoot her and send her to support. But the Prove It Pulse app is your lifeline to corporate. So you need to have all your new people download that Prove It Pulse app to their cell phone because all the calls, all the corporate calls, BU talks on there. Brian Underwood, he's the CEO. He, leaves voice memos and he, any kind of contests or any incentives, all of the information coming from corporate is going to be on that Pulse app. Now that I'm Champ 6, I get a control app to the Pulse app. So I can send y'all messages. So I'll be able to send voice text through the Pulse app. I can send you guys reminders. There's a lot of cool things that I'll be able to do now that I'm Champ 6 through that Pulse app. So make sure all your new people have downloaded that Pulse app. It's really important. Also, the Facebook page. So Facebook, I think it's Just Prove It. Make sure you like that page and make sure you go to that page minimum of 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. Don't let one day go by that you do not go to that page. They are huge about participating on that Facebook page. That's probably one of the number one things that you need to be involved in is liking those statuses, sharing those statuses, commenting on that page. They're building their brand right now. This company is 1 year old and they are brand spanking new. I mean, there's literally no one in this company. Like if you guys knew how many people total were in this company, you'd be mind blown. There isn't anyone in this company. Like we are so baby, it's crazy. So that's huge for us. And thank God for us because we got in at a ridiculously insane, incredible time. But we're new. So it's not out into every marketplace. It's not in every city and every state. It's not even like a quarter of the way out. So as much as participation on that Facebook page that we can get, the better. You like it, you share it on your page, ask your friends to like it because they do a lot of cool stuff. They run contests. They talk about every Wednesday, Dr. Cardin's on there. They do a live Facebook chat with the doctor. I mean, who does that? Like, no one does that. No one has a doctor on their Facebook page, talking about their product. It just doesn't happen. So, I mean, we're so rocking the marketplace. It's not even funny. So go to that Prove It page and make sure you're liking the page, comment on the post that they do, share it, do whatever. Just interact on that Facebook page. It's really important. Monday through Friday. This is another thing. You have got to get your people plugged in on the huddle calls. I can tell you right now, Michael checks. So he has an app that shows everyone who calls in. He knows who's on the huddle calls and who's not. Just FYI. He notices. And Michael's the type that will notice. So I encourage everyone to get on those huddle calls. He takes time out of his day every single Monday through Friday on his own to do these calls. So the least we can do is hop on. Even if we can't stay the whole time, just hop on. If you have to listen at work on an earpiece, whatever you have to do, try your best to get on those calls Monday through Friday at 12 noon Eastern time. So they are recorded and he puts them on the SoundCloud. If you go to SoundCloud, his I don't even know what it's called. Like his name is Keto123. So if you type in Keto123, it's going to bring up all the SoundClouds that he's downloaded, and they're on there. He's done a lot of really cool calls. You can go down, you can search SoundCloud too. I found a bunch of stuff on SoundCloud. Jared Maidenberg has done some really good calls. Nick Martinez has done some really good calls. There's a lot of really good information on that SoundCloud. So check that out. It's another really good resource. So Monday through Friday, noon huddle calls, noon Eastern, be on those calls. And the number and the ID is on the pin post as well. And then the getting started. So basically, that's all they got to do. Get into the team page, get the pin post, read it, get them, you know, getting on the experience pack, get them selling their samples. That's the most important thing. So if someone joins with an experience pack, the first thing that you're going to do is make sure their samples are sold. I mean, they should be sold literally immediately. So that's a given. So then next thing, how Natalie and Casey and Michael trained me is 3 things. And this is the only 3 things that I have done. I swear to you, I have not done any meetings. I have not done any kind of advertising. I have not ever, not once, except for maybe my very first day or 2, I reached out to probably about 20 people, 20 people that had never joined me in Plexus, and I sent them an email and just told them, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I think it's awesome. I think you should watch this video. But that's it. That's the only reaching out I've done. You have to give people teasers. You don't want to give people everything because you've given them too much. You want to get people's curiosity so they message you and ask you more. So when you talk about marketing this, you're going to do 3 things: watch, listen, and experience. Those are the only 3 things that you need to teach your people. We watch, we listen, and we experience. Watching is the campfire video. So when you have a new person and they've ordered the experience pack, have them take a picture with a big box, even if it's not really the box. Have them take a picture with the big box and say something like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you guys to meet Max. You are going to love him, and have a picture of the box. Or I can't wait till you guys see what's in this box. It is going to rock your world, or it's going to change your life. Whatever, just give them little teasers that hint to something awesome, but don't tell your audience what it is. You want to draw them in, and you want to pique their curiosity. And so when you do launch, when you have that open and you have that Keto OS and you're about to launch with samples, they're waiting. They're waiting and watching for your Facebook to see what you're doing. So kind of start putting teasers out to say that you're doing something new and exciting and you can't wait to share it, or, you know, whatever your wording is or your personality, but it's teasers. It's a little bit of information to draw people in. Don't go posting and blasting everything that Keto OS does, all its benefits and everything in the world about ketosis, because that's not what we want y'all to do. When you get your experience hack and people start liking and commenting on your little teasers, that's when you're going to send them the campfire video. That's the only thing that you're going to send them immediately. 1 video. How easy is that? That's the simplest thing in the world. That's all we have to do. We send them a video and say, hey, watch this really quick video and tell me what you think. You're going to watch. Then you're going to listen, right? So they're going to watch the video and then they're going to say, oh my gosh, that was really neat. I've never heard of that. Or they're going to say, oh yeah, you know, I had a friend that was in ketosis. She was doing the Atkins diet. Or they're going to say something like they knew about it. They may have a little information about it. Or they're going to say, I've never heard of it. That sounds amazing. What is it and how can I get it? So then you're going to listen. You're going to get them on a 3-way call. You're going to get them into a Facebook chat with me or Casey or Michael. Really quick, Natalie is absolutely amazing, and I know a lot of you haven't met her yet, but her husband just had a surgery. He's had, this is like his 2nd or 3rd back surgery, so she's been kind of down and out. She's taking care of her husband, Corey. He had a little bit of a complication during his surgery. He's doing well, but they've had some struggles, so she has been completely MIA because she has to be. Obviously, families first, and we 100% support her. We've been sending her prayers and, you know, wishing them all the love and support, but right now her attention is to her husband to try to get him well. But Natalie is a freaking rock star. She is amazing. She's this loving, smart, sweet. She will do anything for you. So when she's back in the game, when Corey's doing better, utilize her because she's fantastic. Right now, she's not really responding to messages as much and she's kind of out of the game. But as soon as Corey's back on it, I want you guys to utilize Natalie because she's incredible. But for now, Michael is kind of picking up and Casey's picking up and I'm trying to, you know, do more 3 ways with y'all too. So watch, listen, is getting them on a call or getting them, you know, into a conversation with me, Casey, or Michael. Michael can pretty much close anyone. Like he just, it's his personality. It's the fact that he knows everything keto. He has a quick answer for pretty much everything. I have yet to see him struggle over any answer. And I've seen him ask a lot of crazy, weird, off the wall questions. And he's that fast and he does it with smooth, you know, like doesn't skip a beat. That's what you need. So we don't have that. I don't have that yet. And you don't have that yet because we're all new. And that's the great thing about this is we're all in the same situation. Like we're all growing and learning together at the same time. So it's perfect, right? So we don't expect you to know everything. I certainly don't because I'm 48 days into it and I don't know half of the stuff. So that's what we want. They preach all the time. Don't give the tool. Don't give the information. Be the tool. You need to send them to the tool. If they ask a question, show them where they can find it. Do not give them the answer. That's the key. Because as soon as you open your mouth and you stumble over it, you've lost it because you don't have the right answer. It's okay not to have the right answer. I would rather say, you know what? I'm not totally sure on that, but let me go ask Michael or let me send you to the FAQ or, hey, let me send you this video or let me send you this because they're going to get the right answer. They're going to feel confident. They're going to be excited because they got the answer that they wanted and they're more than likely going to buy from you or join. If we have no idea what we're talking about and we stumble over it and we're like, I don't really know, then they're going to be lost. Or we give them misinformation, that's even worse. So please know that you don't have to know everything, and we would rather you get on the phone with Natalie or Casey or Michael than to try to explain it yourself. I'm still getting on the phone with them, and I'm getting pretty good at this. So please, 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 when you watch, after they watch and they're listening to Michael or Natalie or Casey because they know their stuff. So after you're going to do that, after they watch the video, after they've gotten on a three-way or you've sent them some tool to watch or listen to, then it's experience. Then it's experience the product. They're going to experience a 5-day or they're going to experience a 10-day. That's it. That's all we do. How crazy is that? Watch, listen, experience. And then I can tell you from the 200 samples that I sold of Max, every single person bought from me or joined. Every single one. I had not one person that sampled Max that did not buy or join. How crazy is that? Like, that's totally insane. This product works. It does what it says it's going to do. And people are like, by day 3, are like, oh my God, what is that? And how can I get more of it? So it's just that simple. It's like, I don't know. I mean, people don't really believe me because it's like they're coming from something else that didn't work like this. And so they're like, there's no way that's happening. And I would say that too, but because I've been doing it and I'm seeing it, and it's not only me, it's like, it's Jennifer, it's Kim, it's Jen, it's Katie, it's Chrissy, it's Rachel, it's Erin, it's literally everyone is having the same experience that I am, then I can tell you, this is what it does. This is what's happening. So, people are loving it. By day 3, they're calling and saying, hey, I love it. I want this for my mom. Can you send me more or whatever? Send those people to your website. Do not continue to sell them 5 and 10-day samples. Don't do that. I have a few of you that are doing that, and I get it because people are like, oh, I want another 10-day. Give me another 10-day. Maybe twice, maybe 2 5-days. 1 10-day in this house. If you're getting a 10-day and you love it, you're going to the website and buying. That's it. Like, I can't, because you know why? Because you can't continue to service people through samples because that's taking away you giving someone else a 5 or 10-day that hasn't experienced it yet. So you just simply say, I'm so excited that you love it. You need to go on and smart ship it. You're going to save like $16. That's a simple answer to saving them money and getting them the product. So I know a couple of you have really having a tough time with getting people to go to your website. They just want to buy from you. And there's a couple reasons why people do that. Number 1, because it's convenient. Number 2, because it's cheap. Making $50 at a time is easier than $144 or $160. And people are kind of lazy. Let's be honest. They forget. They don't go and order. So then they have 1 day and they're driving an hour to your house because they don't want to be without it. So I tell people right away, if they do a 5-day, I'm expecting them to ask me for another because they want it that bad. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm on day 4. Or it's my last one. I don't want to be without it. Can I have 1 more 5-day? I will do 1 more 5-day. So I will give people 2 5 days or 1 10-day. And I'll say, if you love this, and they do, and I check in with them on day 5, I say, you've only got 5 more days. So you need to go to this is the website, you need to go order the orange or whatever I've given them, you need to go order the chocolate, or here's how you order the max, it's only 20. And I talk to them, I ping pong back and forth with them and say, you're loving it, it's awesome, you need to go and make sure you order. Another little thing, Smart Ship here is so stinking easy. Like before we had an auto ship in our company, and like it was like a flipping nightmare because they said you could log in and turn it off, but that was totally not true. And so it was like dealing with a 3-hour conversation trying to stop your auto ship. It was a nightmare. It is not like that. The great thing about Smart Ship is that they have control. So a customer can literally go in, order Smart Ship, save 13 or 16 bucks, order's done, it's on their way. They can log back in, click of a button, and they're done. They don't have Smart Ship anymore. So it's no brainer to start a Smart Ship. It saves them money, and it saves them a good amount of money. 13 bucks or 16 bucks is a lot of money. So always recommend Smart Ship and tell them you can cancel it at any time. There's no penalty, and you still save the money. You want people on Smart Ship because that ensures their volume. So it's just from a business standpoint, you want people on Smart Ship. It's the smartest thing. They're not going to run out of the product, and it's going to lock in their volume for you. So until they don't want it anymore, have them on Smart Ship. If they're not wanting to, sorry, it's Michael, then that's okay. Just tell them they're going to have to go in and order every single month what they want. And they're going to have to pay $160 versus $144. And that's going to add up if they're consistently taking it. Sorry, guys. Smart Ship. So Smart Ship, that's just a key way. So once they're customers, then that's it. Then you check in with them, you keep checking in with them. And then, if they talk about price at all, then that's the first way into talking about becoming a promoter. If they don't mention it first. I think everybody so far has asked me like pretty much immediately, okay, I've watched your journey. What are you doing? What is this business about? So people are asking about the business, but if they don't, a good way is if someone says, oh my God, I love this, I can't be without it, but man, it's expensive. Then I say, man, you know what? You can always join as a promoter and earn your products for free just by sharing it with some people. And some people were like, oh really? You get a free product? I'm like, yeah, I've gotten like $1,000 this month in free product. Seriously, that's a lot of free product, guys. I've earned so many freaking Prove It bucks. It's not even funny. How cool is that though? Like we didn't get that before. Like I've never got free product before. So it's like super cool. And the great thing about that is you can let them add up. So you can save your Prove It bucks and buy an experience pack if you want. You don't have to use those Prove It bucks every month. You can let them accrue. So that's a great way to open the door to the business, is saying, hey, if you want your product for cheaper, or if you're worried about the cost, why don't you sign as a promoter? You have people that would buy the product. You're loving the product. You're doing this and this and this. So that's an open door to have them talk about being a promoter. Hang on, I got to respond to Michael. Sure. So that's it. I mean, this business couldn't be any more simple. We make it hard, especially the ones of us that are coming from Plexus, because that's what we're used to. But this is not hard. This is so easy, and I love it so much that I don't have to sit and plan trainings and silvers and 7 and go through all this nonsense and create all this oh my gosh, like create your why, write a list of 100. And like, it's so nice not to have to do all that. Like if you don't even know like how happy I am that we don't have to do that. It's watch, listen, and experience. It's get your people on a 3-way call. It's get your people into a 3-way chat. You don't even ask. That's the great thing. Like in Plexus, we used to say, oh, I tried to get her on a 3-way, but she just, I couldn't get her down on a time. Or yeah, I tried to, talk to see if she would get on tonight to a Zoom, but she's busy. No, it's the second someone asks something that you don't know, you click add participant and put Michael in. And you say, hey, Michael, my friend Erin just asked so-and-so, and I'm not really sure. Can you help explain that for me? You don't have to ask. She just asked something that you don't know, and you tell her immediately, hey, I don't know. I'm going to add Michael in as you're doing it. So there is no weird conversation. It's just, hey, Michael's in the conversation now, and he just answered her question, and now she's happy. Do you see how easy that was? There wasn't any, oh my gosh, I'm not really sure. What if she doesn't want to talk to Michael, blah, blah, blah. No, it's, oh man, that is an awesome question. I don't know. As you're doing it, I'm going to put Michael in here and he can answer. Boom, Michael's now in. He's thebomb.com. Everybody loves him. He's so easy to talk to. He's going to have a conversation, and 99.9% he's going to seal the deal. It's that easy. That's all we have to do. The less we say, the better. I can tell you that I've probably been in 1,000 three-way chats and group messages and probably like 50 plus Zooms in the last month. And I've barely said a word on any of them. Michael and Natalie have talked, and Casey. They have done all the talking. I have introduced. I have said, the little hi, how are you? This is the person. This is her history. This is what she's asking. And then boom, they've had a conversation, and I'm like this. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's awesome. I don't say anything. And that's okay, but that's what works. So that's what I want y'all to do. You don't have to say much. Just get them on a call with us. Get them on a phone. Get them on a Facebook chat, and let us do the talking, and let Michael do his awesomeness. And then you have a new customer or you have a promoter. And if you have questions, if someone has questions, don't make it awkward and weird. Just throw one of us in there. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be awkward or weird. It's just, hey, I don't know. Here's Kelly. She's going to answer that for you. And then boom, you're already in a three-way conversation. You're already in a group message where later, let's say tomorrow, she has another question. She's like, oh yeah, I read something online that said diabetics can't take this because they would have ketoacidosis. Well, boom, we already know that that's one of the top things people say because they have no idea what they're talking about, and they've heard it from their great-grandma's neighbor, and so now they think ketosis is ketoacidosis, which is not. So we go to the facts, we can copy and paste and throw that in the conversation. It's, you know what I mean? It's just that simple. The top two things I get is ketoacidosis. People think that they hear keto and they think ketoacidosis, which ketosis is not ketoacidosis. Ketoacidosis is uncontrolled diabetes and blood sugar, and that's a whole nother issue. So that's the number one, and we have the answer to that. So all we have to do is copy and paste it. We don't have to figure it out. And the second thing is the sodium. So when people get the package, they're looking at it and they look at Max and they're like, whoa, there's a lot of salt in this. And so, and I would think this too, but most people are thinking and associating that with table salt. So they think, oh my gosh, there's so much salt in this. It's not table salt. It's totally different. It's beta hydroxybutyrate, which is salt, but it's ketones. That's what ketones is. So it's a simple answer. It's a quick video that explains it. It's a quick little, paragraph from the facts, the FAQ, and then the conversation has turned and now it's positive and it's fine. So those are just two of the, I would say you probably experienced this too. Those are the top two things that people say. Or another one I got today and yesterday was ketosis is dangerous for the liver. It can cause liver damage. But that is not true either. With anything, common sense should apply. Some people don't always use common sense, but clearly we're not telling anybody to make drastic dietary changes or take any supplements without looking into it, right? I would always encourage someone to do their research. I want people to research ketosis and ketones and Google everything they can possibly think of, because everything they're going to read is positive. We can drop 10 doctors' names that they can go look at and research their doctors and clinical studies on PubMed, and they're going to be mind blown. We don't have to worry about something on the internet that's negative. So we tell people, go Google that stuff. I'm like, girl, go Google. Google all day until you're, happy. Google this and, ketones and anything you want to. And they're going to come back and say, holy cow, that's amazing. The difference is this is exogenous ketones. This is not endogenous ketones that are created in the liver. They're two totally different things. So you have to know that. This is a supplementation of exogenous ketones, drinkable exogenous ketones in a therapeutic level. So we're not going to shoot up to be 20 mNs and be in a dangerous state of ketosis. You can't do that. You'd have to drink probably 700 keto OSs in a day to be in a toxic state. Clearly no one's going to do that. But it's a simple conversation, and it's a simple guide them to a tool. Like I said, don't be the tool, guide them to the tool for them to get the correct information and then to feel better about it. But troubleshooting, simple, because we have the tools that people can go to. FAQ is going to be huge. Everyone has the FAQ on their cloud. You can get to it from the Prove It Now page. We have Ask a Specialist on your cloud, on your own website. They can ask a doctor or a specialist. Most people don't have that. We do. Every Wednesday at, I think it's 2 Eastern, we have a doctor, Dr. Heather Carden, who's live and answers questions on the Facebook page. No one does that. Like, we have so many quality people, medical staff, doctors, scientists that are answering questions and talking about ketones and ketosis that we can send people to. That is validation at its finest. That is like, you know, here, we're an open book. Go talk to the doctor about it right there live on Facebook, or go send your personal question, if you don't want to blast it out on Facebook, to the specialist on my website. Ask them whatever you want and you're going to get an answer. So we have so many awesome tools. We just have to learn to utilize those. And the more you go to that FAQ and the more you go to that Dr. Carden Live, the more you ask the specialist, the more you're going to know. And you're going to remember that cheat sheet we were talking about at the very beginning. Write that stuff down. If someone asks you a question and Michael helps you find the answer, or he sends you to a tool, write it down. Keep it, because when someone else later on asks you that same question, you already know the answer. So you can go back and say, okay, this is the tool to find that answer. So that's really the only troubleshooting that we really have to do. It's really not much. So we're blessed in that way, because we do have a lot of excellent tools at our fingertips. And if you're not following, I wouldn't friend request, just out of respect for their, you know, their personal pages and stuff, but they do, a lot of these doctors do have their Facebook pages. You can follow them, and a lot of them, like Dr. Heather Carden has a I guess it's not a business page. I don't know. She has like a page for her, like professional ketones and all that stuff. I can put the link in the team page, but you can follow Adam Nally, Dr. Adam Nally. He's awesome. Dr. Diamond, he's another one. He's a cardiologist. He specializes in this. He knows all things keto. He answers a lot of questions about, you know, the high fat. Like, people say, well, is that really good to eat high fat? Is it really good to not eat carbs or sugar? He's one to go to. Dr. Andy is in Canada. She is awesome. Who else? Mary Newport. She's incredible. She's one whose husband had Alzheimer's, and she used the coconut oil to help his symptoms and gave him pretty much 3 more years of quality life. She's huge into ketones, therapeutic ketones and ketosis. She knows a lot. She's done 30 years of research. These are people that have done the work. They have done the clinical trials and studies. They've done all the documentation. PubMed is another tool. You can go to PubMed, and that's any kind of medical documentation, any kind of, I don't even know what they call it, clinical study or things are on PubMed, and you can get like a little number and you can send them to people. You can share those. Those are great tools, especially if you have like a nurse or a doctor or somebody who's medically inclined or they're looking for specific answers. I always send them to PubMed. I always send them Mary Newport's video on Alzheimer's. I always send them Dr. Dom's Keto Starves Cancer. Those are awesome, very credible TED Talk. I don't know if you guys have seen Dr. Dom's TED Talk. If you haven't, save that to, you know, your files or whatever you're sending people, because that's an excellent TED Talk. There's just so many crazy, amazing things that being in ketosis and having exogenous ketones does, that we're just so, our market is womb to tomb, literally. It's like babies to elderly and everything in between. So that's what makes this so fun. And that is what makes it, I think, that a company that's brand new into the marketplace that does $60 million in their first 13 months speaks volumes. The product clearly is good. If it wasn't, they wouldn't be able to maintain that. I don't know if you know anything about Canada, but getting into Canada is ridiculously difficult. Canada has so many very, very, very strict laws when it comes to supplementation and products. 9 years with Plexus, they're unable to get some of their products into the country. We are live in Canada, and we already have Champion 6 there, and we opened in Canada maybe, less than 2 or 3 weeks ago. So they're live able to purchase Keto OS in Canada, which is huge. That is huge, huge, huge for a company only being 13 months old. That doesn't happen. So if you know anything about business and know anything about Canada, that's huge. That speaks volumes to the company and what this product is, because they're able to sell this in Canada. So that's just another selling point to people who know anything about the industry. So keep this as simple as possible. Make sure that you're getting all your new people in the group. Make sure they have Better Start or whatever that is. I don't even know. Jared's website, the pin post. Check all those videos out. Hey, Michael. Check all those videos out because they're super awesome and informative. And make sure that you know less is more. The less you talk, the better. And the more that you let Michael or Casey or Natalie or me talk, the better. So you don't have to have all the answers. Just get them into the conversation. That's what I've been doing for the last month and a half. And that seriously is the only reason why I've gotten to Champ 6, because I let go of what I thought here. And I just went with what they were telling me. And I did the activity. And it just started freaking blowing up, like all of you people. You guys are like going like at lightning speed. I talked to Jared yesterday, Maidenberg. He's one of, I don't even know where he is in our line. He's up there with Michael. And he said that they're talking about they're talking about our team all through Prove It. Like what we're doing is crazy. Like the pace that we're going and with the duplication that we're doing is really impressive. And I think so too, just by, being involved in it. So watching Casey do it, I was mind blown that Casey hit rank 6 in 20 days. So I'm just following Casey's lead, and I hope that y'all are just going to follow mine, and we can just keep blowing this out, because I really feel there are several of you already that are going to hit Champ 6 this month. And I know you guys think I'm crazy, but Michael can tell you that's how it works. If you continue to do these same things over and over like Casey and I did, that's what happens. So there's seriously a few of you that I really think are on pace and on track for Champ 6. So if we can get your new people loaded up, get them excited, get their experience packs sold, get them on, 3-way calls, get them on a Zoom, get them in a conversation. I really feel like, it's something that can happen. What's up, Michael?
I didn't just wake up. I know it looks like I did, but I didn't. I look awful, don't I? No,
you look pretty good. What time is it? Like 7? No.
My hair is still styled from yesterday. Check this out. My stash.
He has a drawer. That's really good because it's piling on my counter. I need a drawer.
These are like the original formulas. 1.2.
Hey, I have one of those right now.
2.0. Some chocolate. Oh my gosh, watch this. I can't show you the label. That is a
that's your white little powder in the packet.
That's a sample of a new product that we're coming out with next year.
What?
This is one of the original samples. Look at this. This one actually had a sticker on it, but it just came in a little envelope.
That's funny.
I don't know what else I got in there. All right, I'll drink one of these. Look at this monkey. Say hi, Stella. Stella. Stella, can you say hi? She literally cannot hear when she's focused on something. Stella, can you hear Dad?
His little girl drinks Keto OS.
Can you hear Dad? What's this? Tito. All right, I'm gonna make a keto. I love getting on the Zoom and hearing you just so fired up, like just jacked out of your mind. I'm
excited. I'm on keto.
I know, right? The neat thing to me is that, like, if you do it right, most people do it wrong. They're in their own way, and they're the lid to their own business. Like, they're too involved in their business. Your whole activity all day should be like getting yourself out of the way. Like the minute somebody asks anything, you, like a hot potato, hold on, watch this. Stella, I don't think you should be playing with that. Good grief. Do you want a keto? Do you want a keto?
That face.
What do you want, honey? Do you want a keto? You want a yogurt? You want Dad to pick you up?
I'm out here.
So what happens is most people are the lid to their own business. Like they're so involved in it. They do all the answering of all the questions. They're so involved personally in all their own business that it won't grow. Like I always say, Casey doesn't even know what's going on in her business. And it sounds like I'm like making it sound like not positive for Casey. I'm like, no, that's what you want. Jared Maidenberg told a story when we were in Houston this weekend, and I've never heard him tell it, and he cried like a baby telling it. That when we got started, he had a full-time job working at a boat club, leasing boats to people. And when we first got started, he got some samples, got excited, loved the product, and started introducing people. Here you go. Take little bites, Stella. He started introducing it to people and started getting busy. And I went to work. I started building inside his business through him. I started taprooting him. And what most people would do is just say, "Hey, Jared, just let me know when you let me know how I can help." And they mix that and confuse that with being, supportive. Hey, I'm supportive. I'm here for all my team. No, you're not. Like, lead your team. Don't just tell your team you're here when they need you. They don't know what they're doing. So I just took it from Jared, and the minute he enrolled anybody or got anybody interested, I just got on the phone with them and started working through them. So I had 2 or 3 people below Jared I was doing calls with that Jared didn't even know they were on his team because they were under somebody else. And I would send him pictures of some screenshots going, "Dude, this dude's fired up." And he's like, "Who the heck is that?" I'm like, "Oh, he's Mark's new guy." And he's like, "How the hell do you know who he is?" I'm like, "I just did a call with Mark this morning, and Mark introduced me to the guy." And then I was like, "Oh, he just had me on the phone with 2 other pilots. This dude, Nick's fired up." And he's like, "Well, who's Nick?" So Jared would have no idea who was on his own team. If what most people would do is they would want to be on all the calls, they would want to answer all the questions, they would want to be kind of the main thing. I don't know if it's out of ego or if it's out of just not knowing any better, but the faster you can get the heck out of the way and sort of hot potato the people to the team or to the system, then you've got a business that doesn't ever stop. Hey, Stella, small bites. This kid tries to put a whole yogurt in her mouth. But what's cool is if you can get yourself out of the equation and sort of almost like a relay race, just run your piece and then hand it off. You want Daddy to help? So what? Another kind of silly analogy here. Another silly analogy is you're the quarterback. Your job is to get the ball and hand it off, like literally hand it off, throw it, give it to somebody else as fast as you can. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can't. Dad's got to prop up his phone somehow. So if, the sweet, how about that? Can you say hi, Stella? Say hi.
Hi.
She will mouth it, but she doesn't say it. You get all shy. Okay, here. All right, I'm feeding you yogurt this morning while we did the Zoom. So most people will answer all the questions. They feel like they're doing all the right stuff because they're working, but it just isn't able to duplicate. Like so many people I have, probably some of you going, "Well, I've got a bunch of interested friends. I can't seem to get them in." Well, what the heck are you trying to get them in for? You've never enrolled anybody. What would you try to enroll your friends for?
Yeah.
It's like, let somebody that's enrolled 80,000 people do it for you. But then people go, "Well, I don't want to bother you." No, you're not bothering. It's the nature of how our business works. And I don't know if people just don't build this way in the other network marketing companies that they've been in, but it's the only way that we know how to build. So once Kelly got that dialed in, it's worked so well. Like there's another lady, I don't know who all's on here. I'm in like 7 conversations with her. And she's like, "Do you just want me to keep doing separate conversations with each new person that's interested?" I'm like, "Yes." I was like, I had me, Ed Kelly, and I had a couple other people. And when we're able to, we'll jump in and answer and just start diving through it. Hey, is that Heather, the baby nurse?
That is Heather, the baby nurse.
All right, cool. So Heather adds me to it or texts me and says, "Hey, I got some friends. They have some questions about this and this and this." I'm like, "Well, put them on the darn phone." So were you all together, Heather, like sitting with one another? So she just puts it on speaker, and I go, "Hey guys," it was Mike and Abby, I think. And I was like,
Yes.
hey you guys, what's up? What do you know? So we start talking, and Heather doesn't say another word. She just sits there. It was probably pretty funny for you just to sit there.
It was.
And they're getting jacked. So, I mean, they're just like super pumped up. Here, baby. They're super pumped up, and she didn't answer a single question. We were just playing ping pong, and it was cool for me because I was just here. Like, my phone rings, and it's two prospects, a husband and wife, that know lots about this, like work in the healthcare community. Do they work at the hospital here?
The Mike did, yes.
Okay, cool.
She's
Works at
a
the hospital.
dental assistant.
So both of them are in and around this kind of stuff, which is pretty exciting. But the thing that was cooler is that they got an exercise from Heather that sounds like this. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to know the phone number of someone who does. So if you have the confidence that you can talk to anybody, because no matter what question they ask you, you can get answered, doesn't mean you're going to answer it. If you have someone who can answer it, then you have 100% then you have 100% confidence that you can always get the question answered. If that's true, then you can build a humongous business. And hold on one sec. What most people do is they have slow businesses because it relies too much on them knowing stuff. You just don't have time to learn all this crap. So if you can just move quickly and get used to saying, I don't know, man, I'm just getting started. Hang on, let me introduce you to a friend of mine who made more money her first month here than she made in her last month at her last project. Now, some of you will know, some of them will know Kelly, and some of them will know you guys. Some of them will know Casey. I don't know. But what's really cool is you sort of you almost take like a supporting actress role, if that makes any sense, and sort of hand the scene over to the lead actor, and just know here, the person who sets all the calls makes all the money. Like the person who's the one instigating and creating the three-way, like Heather did the least on the call, but made the most money. She just shut the heck up and was like, here, talk to Rutherford. And then I didn't do anything that important. I just answered their questions, was normal, was nice.
Yeah. It was really awesome because after Kelly had put us in touch with my first call to you and she was busy and unavailable, I was like, oh, let me just message him real quick and see if he's available. And bam, you were there. And it was awesome.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is, like, here, you want to duplicate that. So what'll happen is your teams, because Kelly knows a lot about this now, right? She's doing really well. Mm-hmm. And you want to see some more people? And there's some dudes on that one. Say hi, Rob. So what's cool is it'll start duplicating. So now in a couple, 2-3 weeks, when Mike and Abby have their neighbors, or tomorrow when they have their neighbors interested, they can get you on a chat. And
she has been texting me all day long so far about people at work, and from her Facebook, she posted right away last night on Facebook, and she already got people interested. She's got people asking her about it at work now. They did next day shipping, so their products will be here today. And
no
she's
way.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when you get
on it. Yeah. They're my rock stars.
You get them on a Zoom with all their people and put Michael on. Like that's what just them and their people. That way Michael can talk to them. And guys, I just FYI, like that's exactly what Casey did for me. So I reached out to Casey. I asked her some questions. I had already seen the campfire video, so I was ahead of the game. She sent me the video though, but I watched it on YouTube before I even reached out to her. But she did the exact same thing. She said, hey, watch this. I said, you know what? I did watch that. And she's like, awesome. And we chatted for a second. And then she said, hey, I would love to introduce you to my friend, Natalie. She can relate to all the stuff you're going through because her husband had an injury too. Boom. Just like that. She put me on a conversation with Natalie. Natalie and I and Casey ended up talking for hours on the phone. I mean, it was just like totally normal, like some chicks talking, and we were kind of talking about keto, but talking about life, and they answered my questions. And so literally it started the exact way I started was the exact way I'm starting each of you. And that's what we want you to do is exactly the same thing that we've all done. Because it works. It's super easy.
Yeah, super It works. I was telling Kelly, I woke up ready to work it. I never was like that with Plexus. It was just way too hard. And I literally woke up ready to go.
Yeah. And she looked at her rewards tab and saw that dollar sign. She was like, hey now.
I was like, what?
One phone call and she got a max pack ordered and her first promoter. So I mean, it's not simple.
The neat thing is it goes back even further. So you just know the whole story of kind of how and why. I guess it was last spring, like not a few months ago, but like a year and a half ago. We had, here, I'm going to try to, I knew this dude on Facebook. His name was Matty V, and Matty is a graphic artist, like website guy, video guy, photography, like makes graphics and logos and stuff. So I've known him for a really long time through Facebook, but I've never met him. Like I don't know him. I've never seen him in person. I never shook his hand. Nothing. But we're Facebook friends. Well, I had reached out to Matty and said, hey, a friend of mine and I are putting together a company. Would love to kind of get your brain on some graphics. Would love to kind of get your brain on some graphics stuff. Let me know what you think. Help us create some graphics. He's like, all right. So long story short, he doesn't make any good graphics because he doesn't understand what the product is. So a month later, Brian Underwood, the CEO, is like, hey, this guy's not going to work out. Like we can't use any of his graphics. So then I hit Matty, and Matty's like, bro, I don't know what it is. I go, well, I'll come down tomorrow when I get samples in the mail. I'm supposed to get 4 or 5 packs from Brian. When I do, I'll bring them to you and we can try it out. He's like, all right. So he has a sample. When I go down and see him, he absolutely loves it. And he posts on Facebook about it. Well, Jared Maidenberg sees the post, messages him and says, dude, what is it that you're drinking and who's that cat you're with? So then Matty, not because he was trained, but because he genuinely didn't know what the heck he was drinking, said, hang on, I'll get you on with Rutherford. And it's not that I know anything more than anybody else. And it like in these instances, I'm the one doing the validating. But what happens is as you build this, you'll become the validator. You'll actually become the one validating the story for your people and their prospects. So right now, Kelly's validating the business for all of you guys and all of your prospects and guests. So I'm doing it. Casey's doing it. Kelly's doing it. Many of you will be doing it for your people's people. So it just duplicates. So Matty gets Jared on the phone with me. Jared talks with me for multiple days. He drinks, he gets some samples and then signs up. Jared made $50,000 this month. He's never made $5,000 in a month in network marketing in his life. Literally never. Kelly's made way more money in network marketing than Jared has. I promise you. This month, he made $50,000. He's made hundreds of thousands of dollars this year because Matty posted a stinking picture on Facebook and Jared said, what the heck is that? And who's that cat you're with? Matty goes, I don't know, but I feel awesome. Let me get you on the phone with Rutherford. So Jared and I do a call. He signs up. He sends a text message to his buddy Mitch. He's known Mitch for a long time. They drink some Bulletproof coffee together. So he hits Mitch, tells Mitch a text message that says, dude, you're not going to believe this. First, there was Bulletproof coffee. Now, pure ketones. Call me, brother. You're going to freak. Mitch calls him. He says, I don't know if any of you know what Bulletproof coffee is, but it's putting butter in your coffee. So they had that previously years before. So Jared gets on with Mitch, tells Mitch about it, and then calls me and has me tell Mitch, answer Mitch's questions. So once again, Matty wasn't even involved. Matty didn't know who Mitch was. Mitch signed up and Matty was like, gets a text to his phone. He's like, who the hell's this Mitch guy? Well, Mitch is like a complete rock star from the Hollywood, Beverly Hills area. Mitch's team on Jared's team does about $500,000 a month in revenue. Mitch made 20-something grand this month and Matty didn't know any of them. He wasn't on any of the calls. Mitch calls a friend of his that used to be in the ketogenic diet business for 20 years. with some other MLM that had a diet. You like bought food from them. Take Shape for Life, I think it was called. Well, they made money in that company. So Mitch messages Mark and says, Mark, if I told you I had a ketosis drink that could put you in ketosis in 30 to 60 minutes, what would you say? And Mark goes, I would say, send me the link so I can sign up. Mark signs up. Then Mitch gets Mark on the phone with me and Jared, and we did a call. Then they take it to his wife's a stewardess. The stewardess is a friend of a pilot named Nick. Nick is a friend of another pilot named Corey. Corey is Natalie's husband. Natalie did $30 million in revenue at Visalis, and they made a lot of money. They have like 12 rental properties. They're incredibly well put together family and business people. I didn't have any money, and I was in credit card debt up to my ears when I signed up to prove it. But so I had never done 30 million in sales in an MLM before. I had never done the things that Natalie and Corey had done, but Visalis was sliding. So it was falling apart. So we get on the telephone with them, and for like, I'm not kidding, 10 hours over the course of a week or so. You know, an hour or two here, an hour or two there. You want any banana? So over the course of a handful of days, we do calls with Natalie and Corey. Keep your shirt on. What are you doing? We do calls. You got to see this. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, that's not going to end well. So we do here. Daddy help. We do calls with Natalie and Corey and answer all their questions. And no, Mitch is not on the call. Jared is not on the call. Here, Maddie's not on the call. Maddie's like not even involved. He's just overriding all the sales. He wasn't on a single call. Nick isn't on the call. It's just Mark and I and Natalie and Corey. So we do the call. And it goes really good, and they're interested. And it's just this duplication. People are going to do to their people what they see you do to them. So they end up signing up. Everything works out good. Fast forward however many months later, Natalie has Casey interested. We jump on some Zooms. We start building relationship. And because Natalie left the previous company to do this, she had wisdom to walk and sort of give answers and wisdom and stuff to Casey for her to leave Plexus to come do this. Well, so when Casey then got Kelly Kelly was interested in this from Casey's posts and seeing what Casey was doing. I mean, Casey made like 25 grand here in the matter of like 60 or 75 days. Like it was pretty crazy. Record to rank 6, record to rank 7. And she just basically lined people up in front of Natalie and I, and we just carved it up. Like, we were just doing Zooms with all the different people she could get together. And then once those people started getting after it, we started working through those people. And Casey lost control of her own team, which is what you want. You want, like right now, Kelly doesn't even know the calls I'm on for her in her business.
True story.
So there's all these calls taking place. Like Aaron has me in more chats with people that you don't even know that exist. And now those people have us on chats with people. And that's what you want. That's a compliment to her. Most people just aren't willing to. Most people aren't willing to sort of relinquish control to let the business run itself. But once you do, then it goes crazy. And it's not, me or Natalie or Casey or Kelly or any one person. It's the team. And you hear people say that stuff all the time, but it's genuinely true. Here, Daddy, help. It's genuinely true when you have the team approach, then everybody feels much more comfortable that they can move forward, that they don't ever have to know all the answers to anything. So then they can go take big, hairy, stinky, aggressive, wild action without ever feeling like they have to know everything. Here.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I'm sorry, I get long-winded this morning. I don't know you've been on for a while, but.
No, I was going to say, I think most people on this call can relate because the fact that a lot of people sat at their very first rank in our previous company for a year or more is because we didn't relinquish control of our business. We had a structured way to do it, and you did it on your own. And if you didn't know, you didn't get lucky, you sat there and you didn't move forward. Here, it's not like that. It's not about who's who and who's what rank and all this stuff. And it's about teamwork. It's about true teamwork. And when you really get that, and you get that you're not bothering us, you're not bothering Casey or I or Michael. Natalie and Michael said something to me one time. She said, if you're not getting me on a call or a Zoom, you're getting on my nerves. She's like, if you do get me on a call or a Zoom, you're not getting on my nerves. I was like, okay, that works for me. And I knew she meant it. So it was like, I was worried about sending them too many people because I didn't have that in my previous. I didn't have anybody doing anything for me. If I didn't do it, it didn't get done. And I'm only one person. You can't have 50 chats a day, one person. You know what I mean? You have to kind of spread it out. But here, you do have people that want to help you. We have a team of people that legitimately can help. So once you kind of get that mindset, it's so much easier because we want to talk to your people. Like, bring us the people. We want the people. All you have to do, send them the video and then get them on the phone. That's truly what we want you to do. So that helped me when Natalie said that. Made sense. Sorry, guys. Something's going up. I think we might have lost Michael. Oh, there he is.
There you go. Sorry. How many of you, do y'all have any questions or thoughts on that? I mean, you're experiencing it now. This Zoom is a part of it. And you've been on other Zooms and stuff, but does it make some sense?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very helpful for sure. I like that it's the team effort. I had mentioned to Kelly after I talked with you, Michael, that I was like, oh my gosh, he remembered me from our very first conversation, and about babies, and he just had his son, and it was just awesome. I felt like it was important, it wasn't just a number or a random person like I felt before, It was all about people, and, I don't know, just, even though Kelly was doing her best and there was so much that she was trying to help everybody with, it just, for some reason, it wasn't clicking, and this was pretty awesome. And I'm grateful that you were there to help me, and that Abby and Mike are now on board because they're going to love it also.
You're muted, Michael.
Crap. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do like a Facebook chat and add Abby and Mike and Kelly, Casey, Natalie, and I.
Okay.
And just because I just know what I know, like what we know here.
Right.
Most places people don't have support. Like literally their uplines are useless. We have, I made $151,000 in September. Jared made 50. Mitch made 30. Nick made 30. Natalie made 30. I don't know what Casey made. It was over 10 or so. Do you know how much Casey made? It was like,
I think she made closer to 15 or 18.
So 10 or 12 or 15 or something like that. And it was Kelly's first month and made 6,000 something, didn't you? Total.
Yep.
And then you got the Hawaii bonus, which is another $2,500 that'll pay you this week. So, I mean, if you add that in, it's like an $8,000 first month.
Yeah.
So now it looks like this is recorded, so hopefully it doesn't go anywhere.
No.
But just to kind of give you an idea, that's pretty unheard, and that's all inside our first year. And none of us are like big, crazy rock star networkers. Most of us have never made money like that ever. I mean, ever. But we're doing it every month. So when you get people on Zooms like that and people can really get support, it's not just, you want Daddy help?
Hey, Rob, did you have a question? Yeah. Can you unmute it? There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
I'm kind of new to this, even though I feel like I was introduced about 6 months ago and I kind of blew it off. So I'm just listening.
Nice.
I wish I wouldn't have blown it off, but hindsight is what it is. But I'm thankful for you guys. This is totally different than what I've experienced in my past. I've been with 2 different companies. One was good, one was not so good, only because of what you just mentioned. Your upline was just crap.
A goober.
Saying that, but it is what it is, and I think people forget about you over a period of time, thinking that you can handle everything your own or on your own. So I think that the holding hands kind of thing and walking each other through things and helping, even though you don't realize someone helps you, is great. I'm still trying to learn the actual part of the business before I jump in. I'm always been like a really cautious person. So for me, I'm not scared. I'm just cautious. But I do want to say thanks for the time that you guys have spent on this call. It's been quite a bit, and I've learned it quite a bit. So I guess my question is, and I can ask at a different time, is how everything is compensated and paid to each individual who does the actual work